say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
I'm Kevin Harlan, along with Greg Anthony, and before...
Guys, you told me their primary focus of the...
Thank you, David. And the Celtics franchise with the league-leading 17 NBA championships, their last in 2008.
Yeah, and with the talent and assets they possess, they might be in the hunt for banner number 18 before you know it. One of the beasts of the East, without question.
So let's take a look at the Boston Celtics starting lineup. Hayward outside at the 3 with Morris to his side at the 4. Kyrie Irving is out there with Smart. And it's Horford in at the 5, roaming the paint. And so it's the Celtics getting on the board first. Low block shot. Shot's good by Hernan Gomez.
Great use of the bounce pass. Thumbs down on that one, Kevin. Tough to defend against.
Irving dishes to Morris. Back to Irving. Here's Horford. Hernan Gomez grabs the miss.
And that was an easy one there, just a missed opportunity.
Yeah, sometimes everything can go right, but the shot doesn't go down. Nothing there is automatic.
Oh, and how about squeezing the orange as tight as he could there before the stuff?
Yeah, no way he's going to lose that thing on the way up. Now, here is Irving. In the corner, it's Morris. The shot's good on the assist by Horford. Morris has got himself on the board with 3 there.
And Horford really showing off his slick passing with that dime.
Here's Ntilikina. He's covered by Irving. Hernan Gomez throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a 3-point play. That one on Horford.
This guy is a beast on the board.
And when he gets those second chance points, he does not waste one of them.
Well, you love the NBA, but some of these guys have the DNA. He also outworks everybody. Filthy combination. Here's a little research I did, Kevin, on one Willie Hernan Gomez. He played for Real Madrid. And one of the better post prospects in the Spanish league. You get a chance to watch his footwork down low. You could learn a few new dance moves.
All the time in the world to get that one off.
Pass to Ntilikina. The pass to Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Porzingis, good effort there, doing all he can to keep that possession alive for the team.
Boston's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Picked by Horford. Irving passes to Horford. Out left to the wing. Smart, wide open, he fires. No good on the triple. And an interesting note to Hernan Gomez. He actually was a teammate of Porzingis back in Europe, played a part in why he wanted to come over to the States.
Well, I feel like it was a good time for him to finally make the jump, Kevin, across the pond and get over to the NBA. If Porzingis is vouching for him and your organization is relying on Porzingis, you'd want to bring in guys that he wants to play with. And Hernan Gomez and his skill set might match up quite well with what KP brings to the table.
And that one, good.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
There's a good screen. On the wing, Hardaway. Outside, Porzingis. New York moving it around.
Well, I like Porzingis there. Could not have taken it by himself, but still has a hand in the hoop.
And Boston has possession, trailing by 2. Irving kicks to Morris. Picked by Horford. Off the pick. Drained for 2 points. Morris has got 5 points so far.
And so many defenses nowadays really not designed to take away that mid-range jumper.
And I'm loving the recognition, right? He simply takes what the defense allows. That's a smart move.
And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. And at 6'4", 220, Marcus Smart with terrific strength for a combo guard, Greg.
I mean, he can just flat out bully most guards and even hold his own against the bigs. Beyond, though, that physical stature, it's his mentality that makes him special. He's a fire breather, just the type of player the Celtics look for.
Looking at who's out there now for the Knicks. Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Hernan Gomez. Kuzminskis comes in for Porzingis. Lee's checked in for Hardaway. And it's Baker in for Ntilikina. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And the foul goes against Boston. For New York, they have started out 0 of 1 from the line, missing their only other attempt earlier.
Yeah, and 79% from the line as a team a season ago. Pretty reliable in that regard.
No good on that one. The new year getting ramped up, always a roller coaster ride, which is fun. Brent, have you ever been on a team that, say, started slowly, then really turned it on late, or the other way around?
Well, I've been on teams that started slowly and finished slower, Kevin, if that helps you out at all. That's no
well, that's
fun.
Not good.
Yeah, no fun whatsoever. A little bit of both throughout 14 years of playing experience in the NBA, Kevin, and it's just interesting. This is why coaches are so often talking about asking for players to be on the roster that give you consistent effort and to try to stay as even-keeled as possible, whether things are going well or your team is performing poorly. You know there's still a standard at which you want each of your guys to perform at and consistently give you that effort.
Now here's Smart out to the right wing. There's a screen. Here's Tatum, and he connects on the jumper. The screen did the trick. Tatum's got his first bucket in this one.
And how about the mindset of Tatum? Even when the D is in his grill, he somehow finds a way to get shots up and over them.
Those are the types of looks that you got to finish deep in the paint and limited defensive effort.
And here's Smart. 14 feet away. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt. Knicks trail by 5. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Baker kicks to Kuzminskis. Anthony on the wing. 6 on the shot clock. New York needs to get off a shot. Here's O'Quinn. And that time, also a missed shot.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
Here's Tatum. Good, and Smart gets the assist. Tatum's got his second bucket tonight.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here.
And they've let things get out of hand. Good time to reconvene.
They're just on the wrong end right now of a big run, and they need to plan how they're going to shift the momentum of the game.
Noah, he's checked in for Kuzminskis. We've got 28 seconds left in the first quarter. Baker kicks to Lee. Noah the screen. In the corner, O'Quinn with it. And the Knicks miss again.
Defense has to feel fortunate. Somehow he missed that opportunity, and still there's no reason for them to give up that kind of open shot.
Here's Smart. Takes the 3. Second chance shot, and O'Quinn sends it back. And so it's Boston heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. Their defense has been terrific in this game. And we'll be back with you shortly. All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. What do you guys think about the Celtics here in this one? And here are the Knicks now. 7-point differential.
And coming out of the offseason where the Knicks had a really long to-do list. You knew they were going to shake things up and made some moves in free agency and realized they needed to build around Porzingis going forward.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the floor for Boston, Smart and Brown outside on the wings. Aaron Baines out there with Tatum, and it's Rozier in at the 1 spot. Shot clock at 5. Smart misses. And change was needed badly for the Knicks, and they did that starting with the front office.
Yeah, Knicks fans can have a dire outlook at times, but the team still has a solid foundation. It will take some time for the team to become a true contender again, but having players not be at odds with the front office, definitely a good start.
Here's Noah, rebounded by the Celtics.
Ooh, the D did just enough to keep him from scoring. Thought that was in for sure.
And the basket by Rozier.
Really surprised a little bit to see him drift out to the three-point line, but I guess I shouldn't be if you can stroke it like that.
We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. Anthony against Brown. Anthony's shot is off.
Yeah, I think the defense made an impact on that play, making the shooter feel a bit uncomfortable on release.
So he gets the whistle, contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. And where have the shots been coming from tonight? Here's a look, broken down by paint, mid-range, and 3-point shot attempts so far for the Celtics.
And not a lot of teams can be successful with a focus on the mid-range game, but these guys make that a focal point of their offense. A lot of their scoring opportunities this season from 10 to 20 feet out.
Catching up on the changes for New York, Thomas comes in for Joakim Noah, and it's Ntilikina in for Baker, and a new group in for the Celtics. Al Horford's checked in for Aaron Baines. Marcus Morris comes in for Tatum. Gordon Hayward's checked in for Smart, and Irving subbed in for Rozier.
And you can see he's been working on that post game. Ntilikina showing some skill set down on that low block, using that length to his advantage.
Outside Irving. The kick out to Brown. They grab their own miss. Horford no luck. Knicks trail by 7. Lee outside. O'Quinn dishes to Thomas. Over Horford. No good. Shot missing.
And the D does just enough to throw off his rhythm on that shot. And Al Horford just so versatile. You know, that extends to the defensive end as well. Very mobile, can move his feet with smaller players, and at the same time gives you a presence on the interior. And love how assured Brown looks taking these shots. His mid-range game is on point. He's squaring up like that.
The dish now to O'Quinn. And Irving comes to help. O'Quinn can't hit.
Gotta make those shots. Not sure how he missed it. Defense was just okay.
The lead pushed to double digits. And now it's an 11-point Celtic lead.
Now that pull-up shot right there, that ain't easy. And Kyrie, he made it look easy.
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. The Knicks making a switch here. Porzingis is checked in. And now, here's the 2K leaderboard with the teams that last season scored the most second-chance points in the NBA. In third, the Knicks.
That's an effort stat for me. I mean, it shows you how hard this team works in the paint. They continue to pound the backboard.
One of the things that Lee does fairly well is the change of speed, so tough for the defense to get timing on it.
Irving with a clean look. Porzingis with the rebound.
Were those guys back on defense? I didn't see them. Somehow someone missed an assignment. Luckily, he bricked the mid-range.
Morris with the rebound. Boston leading by 9. Hayward outside. Now, here is Morris. D right on him. Here's Horford. Great use of the pick to create room for the jumper.
Well, if Horford was a doctor, that's where he'd operate. When he gets it like that, he's always money from there.
Lee against Brown. Lee passes to O'Quinn. Here's Anthony. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
There's no stopping Melo there. Too strong for any kind of defense. It's going to take a bit more than that.
And you look at this Celtics roster, a bevy of long, athletic wing players. They seem to be taking a cue from teams like the Warriors, who have found success with defensive switching and positionless basketball.
Dishes it to O'Quinn. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Morris. And now running up the court, Hayward's pushing it up. And it's blocked by O'Quinn, but they'll get another chance. Irving, good.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
Knicks trail by 14.
And the Celtics, as you see, are stockpiling wing forwards. Brown, Tatum, Hayward, and we're seeing those guys lining up at the 2, 3, and 4. It gives Brad Stevens tremendous roster versatility.
Clock is at 3. Releases from 15, and he tries off the glass, but it's no good. Here's Hayward. Oh!
The point guard that has floor awareness has the advantage. This time it's Kyrie Irving.
And that was Under Armour bringing you that replay. Unleash chaos. And what a play it was. Michael Beasley, he's checked in for New York. Hardaway comes in for Courtney Lee. And then for Boston. Tatum, he's checked in for Hayward. And Smart subbed in for Brown.
Now you could just tell in his gait and in the look on his face, he's in a great rhythm after a terrific first quarter. He is feeling it here in the second.
Yeah, just solid work on the back end of that play.
Yep, you're right. Finished hard with 2 hands on that stuff. Here's Irving, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Kyrie Irving, one of the quickest players in the game, so he's outstanding at forcing the issue when he wants on the drive.
The Celtics have gone 2 of 4 at the free throw line. He hits both from the stripe. Here's Ntilikina. And released it in time, but it's off the mark. And through the... Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And welcome to halftime. Hey, what a fantastic time of the year. NBA season getting underway. Hey.
I'm excited. I am really excited. I am really excited.
What a game it's been for Kyrie Irving. He had 14 points, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. He's definitely heated up over the last few games, and we're seeing some of that same recipe here tonight. Kenny, what's your take on Boston so far?
Well, they were completely in rhythm shooting the basketball. Just watching the flow of their...
That about...
The skyline of Midtown Manhattan so beautifully lit up tonight as we welcome you back to New York City. And as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started. You look at Kyrie Irving in this game, he has been everywhere.
And let's see what the defense counters with to try and control him here in the second half.
Well, he has been dominant.
We're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. Brent, all things being equal, do you like the idea of sending everyone to the defensive glass to avoid giving away second-chance points, or do you like leaking a guy or two out in transition, hoping for the best?
I don't think the leak out is a good idea at all, Kevin. You got to have 5 guys attentive to any possession. Most coaches in the NBA will tell you that a possession is not a stop until you collect the defensive rebound.
Hardaway Jr. and Melo are the wings. Porzingis and Hernangomez are together down low. And it's Ntilikina in at the 1. They're the group for Jeff Hornacek starting the second half. And a fast break now for the Knicks. Hardaway, no good.
I know it's physically impossible, but he's got to be kicking himself. He knows he's got to make those.
Now here's Smart, guarded by Hardaway. Hayward And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And there had been a will he or won't he feeling with Gordon Hayward's free agency. Tough choice, I got to believe, for him to leave Utah, but you can see why he wanted to join forces here with the Celtics.
Hayward hits them both. And Boston was the heavy favorite to sign Gordon Hayward, and ultimately the opportunity was just too hard to pass up.
And he's reunited with his college coach, Brad Stevens. This team has a great path to make a deep playoff run, and this just adds another star to a very balanced roster.
There's the pick. Here's Porzingis. Here's Ntilikina. Another shot. He can't get that one. Great D that time from Irving.
Yeah, they got to hope to turn it on soon. 1 of 4 so far, and they know they got to be better.
Picked by Horford. Goes back up. A nice shot by Irving. Irving's got 16 points.
Well, Kyrie providing some offensive energy in this game. He's a shoot-first point guard, and if he's this hot, I don't mind him shooting first.
For the Knicks, Kuzminskis, he's checked in for Anthony. And it's Baker in for Ntilikina. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, Celtics coach Brad Stevens is known for getting the best out of his players. He said every NBA player has an elite strength. Some of them have 10 of them. Those guys are the very best in the league, right? But every one of them is here for a reason. And there are times where you can really soar with that skill. Kevin?
And that's why Stevens is already one of the best coaches in the league, David. You've talked about him for a long time, getting maximum results from every one of his players. Outside, Porzingis. They set the pick. Here's Baker. He's covered by Irving. Count that one.
And defensively, they're on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
And one issue that has come up for the Knicks in their quest for success, Brent, is their lack of continuity.
Maybe one problem, Kevin, is that the New York Knicks organization feels just a bit too cliquey between ownership and then management, coaching staff, and that there just hasn't been the kind of connectivity that you need in order to make things grow organically. It's been very forced in New York City, and until they find that right combination, the struggles can continue.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Left side, Porzingis. Over Morris. Porzingis can't hit. Celtics leading by 21. Irving with it. He's got 18. And Morris throws it down.
Yeah, just aggressive there. Instead of going to one of his patented shots inside, Morris just simply rises up to be free.
Here's Baker. He's covered by Irving. Here's Hernan Gomez. And the layup's good off the glass. And Gomez has got 8 points.
Against good D, Hernan Gomez very aggressive, and he makes the play.
Hayward kicks to Irving. Down low. 7-foot shot. Horford no luck. Knicks trail by 21. Back to Porzingis. And he makes that one. He's got 8.
Porzingis right now in control, taking his time, and creates that clean look around there close to the bucket.
Outside Irving. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
While some are still speculating as to why Kyrie wanted out, the reality is, and it's this case with all great players, he feels like he's good enough to be the man on a team that can contend for a championship. And you might question how he went about it, but he's basically been a pro in his approach, and now he's got the chance.
And clearly Jeff Hornacek wants to talk it over.
And there is going to be a lot of discussion over Irving's decision to want out for a long time. And what he does the next few years may end up defining his legacy. He is all in on himself, and it could pay off huge or fizzle out.
Competing in the painted area, Willie not shying away from the contact, and now he'll will his way to the free throw line.
Ntilikina, he's checked in for New York. Boston also with the sub. Brown, he's checked in for Irving. Boston leading by 20. Rozier, the pass to Tatum. Pass to Rozier. Here's the three. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. 58 seconds left here in the third quarter. Here's Ntilikina. New York moving the ball around. Passes it to Lee. Over Tatum. Morris with the rebound. Morris has got 4 rebounds in this game. And finished off by Brown.
How about that floor awareness there from Tatum? It does a good job of scanning the court and getting the ball to the open man.
They set the pick. 6-second difference between the shot and game clock.
Whoa! Wow. Good look out. Here he comes, and there he goes.
Look at him punish that rim. And the replay presented, of course, by Under Armour. Unleash chaos. Great stuff and some great basketball going on. Rozier kicks to Baines. Brown outside. The 3 ball. No good on that last second attempt there. And so it's Boston controlling the game and finishing the quarter with a 20-point lead. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. Back right after this. Now let's listen into the huddle of Brad Stevens.
Hey, defense in the start of the quarter and the end of the quarter has been really good. Okay, it's been really good. Offensively, let's just keep moving that thing.
As calm as he can be, Brad Stevens did have one specific message. Don't hold the basketball, guys.
Yeah, I mean, that's the one thing that will kill your offense. If you don't have a good look, move the ball. Maybe someone else does.
And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. And a look at the 5 for the Celtics to start the fourth quarter. Marcus Morris is out there with Tatum. Then there's Smart. Then it's Aaron Baines. And it's Rozier in at the point guard position. Here's Morris. Anthony with the block.
How about Melo rising up quick to that one there? Nice shot block.
Here's Ntilikina. Beasley outside. To the paint. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Well, he's like a fumbling banker right now, dropping dimes with ease. I like how well he led his teammate on that possession.
They set the screen. Morris dishes to Baines.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
Kuzminskis, he's checked in for Carmelo Anthony. Hey, Brent, you made the NBA playoffs in your second year. Talk about the mental preparation that goes into one's first postseason as a player.
I think it's always a special time, Kevin, just because of the unknown factor. And at that time, it was the Clippers, my second season, a team that was very young and inexperienced. And so it was all fresh and new. And the biggest challenge for any coach in that sort of predicament is to make sure that players are on task and focused. We certainly were not. The Utah Jazz took care of us, and that's because of one John Stockton and Karl Malone.
Brent, it is an era of shorter player contracts, sometimes with opt-outs after 1 or 2 years. Does that breed too much of a win-now mentality among teams?
Oh, so shorter contracts, Kevin, but taller players?
Yeah, exactly. You got it.
Okay, all right. You know, it's interesting the way that teams want to set themselves up. Obviously, if you have a bona fide star, you want to do what you can to lock him up and have him as part of your organization and the concrete and the foundation for what you do moving forward. But a lot of guys certainly on the move and on loan for seasons where they want to take a shot at the true contenders.
Tatum passes to Morris. Horford sets a screen for Morris. And again, Boston with the triple.
And a guy with more of a mid-range game, Morris can still jack it up from deep if you give him enough space and time.
This guy is looking for some life preservers. He needs more help. He's playing well, but his teammates have to pick up the slack here.
Smart kicks to Morris. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. The Knicks have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Back to Beasley. To the inside. They swipe it. Here's Rozier. Kicks it to Smart. Picked by Horford. The three. Rebounded by Hardaway.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Knicks will retain possession.
I'll tell you what, they're really fortunate there. Those long bomb passes usually spell disaster, but they get away with one there.
Looking at who's out there now for the Celtics. Gordon Hayward's checked in for Tatum, and Irving subbed in for Terry Rozier. Hardaway passes to Porzingis. Some nice passing by New York here. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Hey, Brent, we've seen Hall of Fame players become coaches, but often it seems like the smart role player, they sustain more success in that role of head coach. Why is that?
I think, Kevin, a lot of times the role player is a conduit between both ends of the spectrum of your team. He can communicate with the star player. He can also talk to the guy who's the 12th man on the bench and make sure that both of them are getting what it is that they need to be in the best position to succeed. That's why you see a lot of players in that middle ground who do a great job of becoming NBA coaches as they understand the role of each.
And the work ethic, too, because for role players, maybe it hasn't come as easy. Whereas for a superstar, it was too easy.
That's true, Kevin. And how much work do you have to do with the most talented player on your team? It's pretty specific what his role is going to be. I think a role player who ends up being a coach understands the work dynamic of the rest of the team surrounding that player, create a great positive environment around your star.
Moment here now for an injury report. Now let's get an injury update on Carmelo Anthony from our David Aldridge. David?
Hi, guys. The head athletic trainer for New York gave us some information. After taking a look, he informed me that it doesn't look too bad. That is a bitter pill for them to swallow so early in the season. It clearly changes the look of this team going forward, Kevin.
Appreciate that, DA. Well, it's never easy for a player to go through what he's experiencing, Greg, right now.
But it is something that happens to almost every player. He's strong enough mentally to get through it. This we know.
Yeah, sometimes off the court, you work harder than you do preparing for a regular game. He'll get himself ready to go. Look forward to when he gets back on the court.
And with all the talk about Kyrie coming to Boston, you still have to figure how he'll fit in to the team. Has this year and next left on his contract, player option after that. But with his scoring and shooting, should make this offense even more potent.
And New York making a change here. Anthony's checked in, and a new group in for the Celtics. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Horford. Tatum comes in for Morris. Jaylen Brown's checked in for Gordon Hayward. And it's Rozier in for Smart.
And when you put a player of Kyrie's ability into this Boston system, you have to expect good things. Irving does so much for himself and others, the longer he plays with the team, I think the more comfortable he'll become. Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Celtics.
And guys, the fast break was run, I thought, beautifully all night by these guys. I think that was a big part of their success.
Yeah, they definitely ran the break well, a big advantage in that category, and they continually put pressure on the defense.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year. And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Kyrie Irving.
Well, he really contributed down there on the offensive end. Seemed like he was hitting anything he was putting up.
Brown, good.
And saving their best for last. Tremendous run here to seal the win.
And you could just see everything coming together like a perfect storm, and they just rolled on through.
And there's the foul. It's on Jaylen Brown. That is his first foul of the game. There's 18 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's Rozier. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim.
I'll tell you, when you're the visiting team, it can be hard to maintain focus, but not tonight.
Tonight they have stuck with what they do well, handling all the exterior pressure, and they're likely to come out on top here.
And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. Kyrie, big numbers for you tonight, and I always wonder what it's like to be in a zone like that offensively.
Feels amazing. More importantly, we got the win, and I couldn't have done it without my teammates. They did a heck of a job of competing every single minute of this game. It took everybody's effort from our bench. It took a 15-man effort, and I'm glad we got the win.
15 men, but one man was the difference. Thanks, Kyrie. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Brett Berry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our 2K Sports crew. We'll see you next time.